Hey everybody, my name is Erica. Thanks for joining me. I am just peeling off some window cling as a test to see if I liked that pattern on this window. This window gets a lot of heat. It's at the front of our house in the afternoon time, and also just a little extra privacy. Well, looks like most of it's on the outside. Oh, here we go. I am now scraping off some existing black paint that we had gotten on and some white paint from the previous paint job before we moved in, and just trying to prep the window for the window cling. I thought maybe just grabbing a paper bag and using that for material so I can make a template. It worked out okay. A little hard to do one-handed. This project seemed like it would be kind of a piece of cake, but I was trying to hold the camera at the same time, and I did need assistance. I wasn't really thinking this through. I was like, oh, let's get as much use out of the paper as possible and go all the way to the side. But once I cut it, as you'll see, it doesn't line up with the window. Like, I can only put it in that spot. I can't put it in any other spot because, like, that was the one I had measured it from. And then the pattern is going the wrong way. So I was like, this is not the best way to approach this. Plus, they didn't seem to all fit exactly the same for some reason. But the sheet wasn't as wide as the window, so I had to line up two side-by-side sheets, line up the pattern, and then hold it up over the window and make the cuts. So this is where I had to recruit my husband from his project to help me with mine. And he helped me while I sprayed and squeegeed, and he helped me do some of the cuts when it was on the window. Because he was a little taller, this is a little bit of a high reach for me. But it was really easy once you get the right dimensions. You just line it up and squeegee it out after you spray some water on it. It's a little low on the top.
Go up then.
Yeah, but it's going to be uneven. Besides what I already discussed about lining up the patterns, the only other tricky thing was the little tiny cuts in the corners. It was kind of hard to get the razor blade in there because I didn't want to cut the silicone that was holding the window in place, so I didn't want to be that aggressive with it. So we were just doing a little bit of shifting to line up the pattern.
It looks like it's still up a little.
But other than that, it was pretty piece of cake. And then I think in order to make it look finished, putting a bead of white caulk all around all the sides. I think that would look really snazzy. It looks so cozy at night with the nighttime glow. Well, it always gets crazy in the middle of a project. We had to pull off stuff off the shelves so we could paint, and we really only could do a few shelves at a time because there was just so much stuff on the floor. And then we had to wait for it to dry over a day and a half or so for the shelves not to be too tacky. But after, I think it might have taken us 2 weekends or 2 weeks worth, I was doing them on weeknights too, just one shelf at a time, pulling everything off. Finally was making some progress on that. My initial plan was doing removable wallpaper on some foam board, but that was a little trickier than I had planned on, so we decided to just do all black. If I want to add wallpaper at a later date, I still can. Another reason why all black was more appealing was because there are so many busy things on our shelves that I think it would tone down a lot of the stuff, and so it wouldn't just be popping off the white as dramatically. And we are finally getting new couches. I, for years, have been wanting two separate couches instead of a big L-shaped, U-shaped type couch where we only had one layout. even though we got maybe a cheaper quality couch, it still was quite expensive because we had to get two, and we got an ottoman, which was my compromise to my husband to get rid of the chase and have that L-shaped look. But the ottoman is movable versus a fixed chaise lounge. We only had one couch delivered. That was still the old couch first, and then the other one came a few days later. So we did gift our old couch to a friend, but I did get some couch covers to further protect our new couches because we did that with our old couch. We had that couch for probably over 10 years or plus. There was no stains or anything. The only problem we had was cat scratching on the side corners. We wanted to keep our new couch covered too because it really did keep the quality of the couch, and me being OCD makes me feel a lot better about that. A few days later we got our other couch, but still waiting on the other couch cover, so we have some blankets over it for now. While we were at our local Home Goods, we were taking a gander at some of the rugs they had there, and I saw this one. It was on clearance. It was the perfect size. The pattern was so cottagey and moody. I loved it. I was obsessed. My husband really did not want something that light in color, but from $4.99 to $2.50, I thought it was a pretty good deal for that size. It was heavy duty. It wasn't cheapy made. We did pass, and we ended up getting something off Amazon. Stay tuned to the end of the video to see the one we selected. I decided to play around with ChatGPT and come up with some concepts. I put in my inspiration images with color tones that I was interested in to get an overall feel of the room. ChatGPT sometimes rearranges some things like the window placement and whatnot, but I was able to get some ideas. It recommended I needed to work on my mood lighting more. I was also inspired by lace curtains. So after I loaded my inspo, I asked ChatGPT to create mood board. Then I narrowed down the request on ChatGPT to put the fireplace and the windows in the layout a little bit more in the right location. This final inspo from ChatGPT seemed to really nail it. So the next thing I asked ChatGPT to do was to help me style my side table and my two round coffee tables. Contrary to popular belief, we don't all like skullhead if you like a dark aesthetic, at least not at this stage in my life. The second image pretty much nailed it. I love the cloche, love the flowers, love the brass. I need to buy a doily though. So for the round tables, I ran a few options here. I struggled a little bit, but I got the concept. A big round platter tray, some books on the other, some lighting, some brass details, some candles. Okay, got it. Okay, and here is the after. I am pretty happy with the round table. I did buy that bow tray from Home Goods. I didn't buy anything for the black table. I probably could source some other items that would work better. I had also asked ChatGPT to paint the other wall black, and I really do like that. I think that's something we need to do in the future. Okay, here's some more in progress pictures with the couch. We do end up getting the couch covers. We get new lace curtains. We get the new rug. We get an IKEA floating shelf above the TV. We still have some rearranging of some knickknacks to do on that wall. And it is coming along. Still a work in progress. Maybe add a side table on the side of the couch that we sit at. Maybe another side lamp that maybe is touch lamp so we don't have as many cords. To add some more mood lighting. I did have to shoot some pictures in the daylight and also with the main lighting on, but at night it's very cozy. Here you can see our new curtains and our new shelf. We still need to clean up a little bit so I can get a good final shot. So here is the final view as of right now.